everyone, I am Shara Joyce Butlik, and today we will talk about the cultural variations in the Philippines. So first, we have Luzon. So in Luzon, the Igorot groups encompass a rich tapestry of cultures including the Bontok, Ifugao, Kankanay, Ibaloy, Kalinga, Apayao, and Tiningguan. These groups, collectively referred to as Igorot, represent the diversity within this region. The Eta groups include the Agta, Eta, and Dumagat, the latter sometimes classified under Luzon. The Mangyan groups comprising the Hanunu, Buhid, Alangan, Taubuid, Retagnon, and Irea showcase their distinct tradition and lifestyle. So other notable groups in Luzon include the Gadang, Ibanag, Itawis, Kalinga, and Pangal, each contributing to the cultural mosaic of the region. So Luzon has different indigenous groups that represent in their region. So in Visayas also, the Ati, also known as Eta, can be found primarily in the Panay and Negros Islands. So Panay and Negros Islands has the Eta group or the Ati. The Sambal, located mainly in Zambales, also have cultural presence that may extend throughout the region. So in Mindanao, the Lumad groups include various subgroups of Manubo such as Northern Mindanao, Manubo, and Central Mindanao Manubo, alongside the Bilaan, Tubuli, Bagubo, Dungalan Manubo, Subanen, Tausug, Yakan, and Sama, which encompasses different varieties like Sama Bajau. The Moro groups consist of Maranao, Tausug, Maguindanao, Iranun, Bajau, also known as Sama Bajau, Kagan, Klata, Juluan, each with rich cultural practices and histories. So, in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao has lot of indigenous group that represent in the region. So, in Palawan also, and Sierra Madre, it has also indigenous groups such as Batak, Tagbanwa, Palawan, and Taubid, contribute to the island's unique cultural landscape. Additionally, the Dumagat, primarily found in the Sierra Madre mountain range, Tadalbos, Luzon, and Mindanao, enhancing the rich diversity of the indigenous people in the Philippines. These groups have preserved their distinct traditions and practices, enriching the nation's cultural heritage. Their resilience helps conserve natural resources. These groups showcase the cultural variations that reflects their unique histories, traditions, and environmental adaptations. The rich diversity contributes significantly to the nation's cultural mosaic. So next, we will also talk about their languages and dialects. So in Luzon, the linguistic landscape is as diverse as its cultural tapestry, reflecting the multifaceted identities of its indigenous groups. The Igorot groups, which include the Bontok, Ifugao, Kankanay, Ibaloy, Kalinga, Apayao, and Tinguian, speak various dialects that belong to the Austronesian language family. Each dialect not only serves as a means of communication but also embodies their cultural nuances and historical narratives of the respective groups. For instance, Ifugao is known for its unique vocabulary related to the rice terraces agriculture, which Kankanay features distinct phonetic characters that set it apart from other Igorot language. So, in Luzon, they mainly they speak dialects that belongs to the Austronesian language family. So, diha nila nakuha ang ilahang dialects and language. So, moving on, the Eta groups, including the Agta, Eta, and Dumagat, also have their own dialects, which are critical for maintaining their cultural heritage and identity. These languages often incorporate terms that reflect their deep connection with nature and their traditional lifestyle. So furthermore, the Mangyan groups comprising the Hanunu, Buhid, Alangan, Tauboid, Ratagnon, and Iraya each possess distinct dialects that are integral to their unique cultural practices and societal structures. So other notable languages in Luzon including Gadang, Ibanag, Itawis, and Pangal, which contribute to the region's linguistic diversity. So each this language has its own set of grammatical rules, vocabulary, and oral traditions, showcasing the rich cultural heritage of the peoples in Luzon. The preservation of this language is vital as they are not only vehicles for communication but also repositories of traditional language and cultural identity. So each indigenous group has its own language and dialect. So moving on, in the Visayas, the Ati, also known as Eta, primarily speak dialects that are influenced by both their Austronesian roots and historical interaction with other cultures. So nakuha pud nila ang ilahang dialects in Austronesian roots and other cultural interactions sa different groups pud kanang makalearn pud sila sa other indigenous groups by talking or communicating with them. Their language reflects their unique lifestyle, beliefs, and environmental, particularly in Panay and Negros Islands. The Zambal language, predominantly spoken in Zambales, also showcase a blend of influences reflecting the area's cultural interactions over the centuries. So in Mindanao, particularly among the various subgroups of Manubo, such as Northern Future of Rich Array of Mindanao Manubo and Central Mindanao Manubo, each of these languages possesses distinctive phonetic and grammatical features that mirror the cultures and include Bilaan, Tiboli, Bagubo, Dalangan, Manubo, Subanen, Tausug, Yakan, and Sama, which include different varieties like Sama Bajau. So the Moro groups, consisting of Maranao, Tausug, Maguindanao, Iranon, Bajau, Kagan, Klata, and Joloan also contribute to the linguistic diversity of Mindanao region, each with its rich vocabulary and expressions related to their cultural practices and historical experience. So, sa historical experience pud nila makuha ang ilang dialects o language. So, in the Palawan and Sierra Madre, indigenous groups such as Batak, Tagbanwa, Palawan, Taubid speak languages that reflect their unique cultural identities and environmental interactions. So, additionally, the Dumagat found in the Sierra Madre mountain range and Stanley Both Luzon, Mindanao speak languages that incorporate elements from both regions, further enriching the linguistic diversity in the indigenous people in the Philippines. The preservation of these languages are essential for maintaining cultural identity and heritage in the face of modern challenges. So sa Sierra Madre pod o sa Palawan, they also have different dialects and languages that they preserve and collect for their future purpose. So they also have traditional clothing and artifacts. So in Luzon, traditional clothing and artifacts are deeply intertwined with the cultural identities of various indigenous groups, reflecting historical narratives, social structures, and environmental adaptations. The Igorot groups, including Buntok, Ifugao, Kankane, Baloy, Kalinga, Payao, and Tinguan, showcase distinctive attire that varies among communities but often features woven textiles known for their vibrant colors and intricate patterns. For example, the Ifugao are renowned for their wains, which are traditionally worn during ritual and celebrations. So they were attire for the ritual and celebrations. Made from hand-woven fabric, so sila ray gagama kanang sila ray gagama through their hands and adorned with geometric design and symbolize their agricultural heritage. So, the Kalinga people are known for their elaborate beadwork and accessories. So, napod sila beadwork o accessories na pwede lang isuoton sa ilang hands and sa ilang neck. So, incorporating materials, so they use shells, wood, metal, nga ma-incorporate sa ilang clothing. Traditional garments like the bahag, a wrap-around loincloth for men, and tapis, a skirt worn by a woman. So, we also know what is bahag and tapis. So, in men, na sila bahag, and the women also have the tapis. Namor siya sayal nga ikuan ani. And then the bahag, we kanang para sa laki nga duha ka po. And then, artifacts such as woven baskets, rice granaries, and traditional farming tools further illustrate their resourcefulness and deep knowledge of sustainable practices. So the Aita groups, including the Agta, Aita, and Dumagat, often wear clothes made from natural materials like bark, leaves, and woven grass, emphasizing their close relationship with nature. So ang Aita groups kay they also known na magamit sila og mga leaves, mga grass, mga wood para sa ilahang clothes. So their attire is functional design for mobility and comfort in the forested environments. Similarly, the Mangyan groups comprising Hanunu, Buhid, Alangan, Tauboid, Rataganon, an area adorn themselves with clothing made from woven fibers, often featuring intricate designs that reflect their cultural beliefs and practices. The use of traditional tattoos of body adornment among these groups also serve as a significant aspect of their identity, with the specific designs carrying natural meanings. So, napod sila traditional tattoos. So, other notable groups in Luzon such as Gadang, Ibanag, Itawis, Kalinga, and Pangal also have distinctive clothing styles and artifacts that tell stories of their heritage. So, other notable groups sa Luzon has their own artifacts and heritage. So, in the Visayas, the Ati, also known as Aita, traditionally wear simple clothing made from natural materials. So, ang Ita kay mangitara na sila unsay naa nila para ilang masuot. So, natural materials ra nga makita nila sa ilahang environment. Their garments are practical and suited to the tropical environment, emphasizing comfort and mobility. Now, in Mindanao, the Lumad groups, including various subgroups of Manubo, Bilaan, Tibuli, Bagubo, and others, showcase a wide variety of traditional clothing and artifacts that reflect their unique cultural identities. The Tibuli instance are their intricate weaving techniques, producing vibrant fabrics known as tinalak that are used for clothing and ceremonial purposes. So, ang Tibuli kay napos sila kanang specific attire para sa ilahang ceremonial practices. Their clothing often includes elaborately designed skirts and blouses feature traditional and spiritual world. These garments not only serve as everyday wear, but also play a crucial role in various rituals and celebrations, emphasizing their cultural significance. So the Moro groups such as Maranao, Tausug, and Maguindanao have rich textile traditions, often featuring brightly colored fabrics and intricate embroidery. The Malong, a versatile tube skirt, is a significant garment in their culture, used in various ways for different occasions. So, Malong is from Moro groups. So, ang Malong kay siya cloth nga naay different designs. So, they use it as artifacts. They use it So they use it as their clothes. So artifacts such as traditional weapon, musical instruments, and ceremonial objects serve as important cultural symbols, showcasing their craftsmanship and artistic heritage. Palawan and Sierra Madre. In Palawan, indigenous groups like Batak, Tagbanwa, Palawan, and Taubid represent the unique clothing styles that reflect the environments and cultural practices. The Batak people, for example, wear simple yet functional clothing made from woven fibers and materials sourced from their surrounding. So, manguha ra pud sila og source sa ilang surrounding para himuon nilang clothes. Their attire often feature intricate beadwork and adornment that signify their identity and social status. So the Dumagat, primarily found in the Sierra Madre mountain range, have clothing styles that blend influences from both Luzon and Mindanao. Their garments are typically made from locally sourced materials, showcasing their adaptability and resourcefulness. So sa ilang artifacts po na sila ay mga tools for hunting, fishing gear, and moving baskets nga magamit nila sa ilang daily lives and cultural practices. So overall, the traditional clothing and artifacts of indigenous group across the Philippines not only serve as natural purposes, but also embody the rich cultural heritage, beliefs, and identities of these diverse communities. The preservation and appreciation of these cultural expressions are vital for understanding the Philippine historical and contemporary narrative. Their intricate designs and vibrant colors tell stories that have been passed down through generations. Each piece reflects the creativity, skill, and soul of the indigenous artisans who crafted them. So ang ilahang mga stories and the clothes is passed down from generation to generation. So we should appreciate their ilahang mga different designs and also ang mga creativity and indigenous artisans nga nagcraft atong ilahang mga clothes. So we will talk also the rituals and festivals. So in Luzon, in Lunoro, the Igorot groups, which include the Bota, festivals that reflect the rich cultural heritage of agriculture. So for Malot, Kalinga, Puyan, and Tigingad instance, the Ifugao people are famous for the rice terraces and Budong festival, which they celebrate their harvest and strengthen community. The traditional dances, music, and chimeral beasts emphasizing the mysticity and gratitude for their deities. So the Kalinga people also have vibrant rituals such as the Kalings Festival, which celebrate the rich culture through traditional music, dance, and showcasing of their traditional attire. So sa Kalinga people, na sila music nga traditional music kaya lang pa-play na po sila traditional dance nga inang sayawon once the music played. And then the Budong Festival is another significant event where peace are renewed through rituals involving the exchange of rice and other offerings symbolizing the harmony among tribes. So, mag-exchange sila og rice among their groups. So, the Eta groups, including the Agta, Arta, and Dumagat, traditionally engage in rituals that are closely tied to their natural surrounding. Their festival are revolve around agricultural cycles, honoring spirits of the land and nature to ensure successful harvest. So, mag-honor sila sa mga spirits sa land. So, ang ilang pagtuo is naay mga spirits sa land nga mao'y nitabang nila para daghan nilang ma-harvest. So, mag-offer sila ang rituals and practices nga ilahang himuon para matagaan nila og kanang murag thankful or kanang sipang na nga or thanksgiving para sa ilahang spirit nga nasa silang land. So, the The Dumagat, for example, celebrate communal hunting and gathering festival that reinforce social bonds and cultural identity. The Mangyan groups such as Hanurus, Buhid, Alangan, Taubos, Tratagnon, and Iraya celebrate various rituals that are deeply rooted in their animistic beliefs. So, naslay animistic belief. So, ang animistic belief is magtuo sila bitaw nga ang mga animal is also their kanang mga god. So, magtag sila og thanksgiving para sa ilahang god. So, the Mangaga Festival among the Hanunu involves rituals to the honor to their ancestors and spirits that guide them, often featuring traditional music, dance, and sharing of food. This festival serve as vital moment for cultural expression and community cohesion. Other notable groups in Luzon, such as Gadang, Ibanag, Itawes, Kalinga, and Bangal also have their own unique rituals and festival that reflects their cultural identities. These celebrations often incorporate traditional music, dances, and communal feasting, emphasizing the importance of cultural continuity and community bonds. So, sa other notable groups in Luzon pod, mag-offer po sila ang mga traditional music, dance, and salo-salo po sila sa ilahang groups para mag-celebrate sila rituals or festivals. So, in Visayas, the Ati, also known as Eta, celebrate various rituals that are closely linked to their agricultural practices and spiritual beliefs. Festivals such as the Ati-Atihan are significant, where participants paint their faces with suot or don traditional attire to honor the Santo Niño or the child Jesus. This festival, originally a celebration of the Ati's cultural identity, has evolved into a vibrant event that attracts visitors and showcases the rich heritage of Ati people. So, Ati-Atihan Festival is famous and naapoy mga kanang tourist nga mo dong sa ilang festival para maki-join pod. So, in Sambal, primarily located in Zambales, also participate in local festival and highlighting their cultural practices, emphasizing community unity and ancestral tradition. In Mindanao, the Lumad groups, including various subgroups of Manobo, Bilaan, Tiboli, and Bagobo, celebrate a multitude of ritual and festival that reflect their diverse cultural identities. So the Tiboli people are known for their Maguindanao Festival, which showcases their rich tradition through colorful attire, traditional dances, and music. So this festival is a celebration of their agricultural heritage and spiritual belief, featuring rituals that honors their ancestors and spirits of the nature. So sa Maguindanao Festival, the Tiboli people is celebrating also na ba sila yung mga traditional dances and music nga i-honor nila sa ilahang ancestors o sa ilahang spirit sa ilang nature. So, they believe also nga na spirit ang nature. So, ilahan ng honoran kara Maguindanao Festival. So, the Moro groups such as Maranao, Tausog, and Maguindanao have their own elaborate festivals, including the Pahiyas Festival, which celebrate the harvest season with vibrant decorations and offerings. So, the Simbang Gabi is another significant event where communities came together for nightly masses, followed by festings reflecting their strong Islamic tradition. So, napoday sila ay Simbang Gabi. Each festival in Mindanao emphasizes community cohesion, cultural pride, and the celebration of heritage through rituals that have been passed down through generation. So, gikan pa na silang mga ancestor nga gi-pass down through generation. So, in Palawan and Sierra Madre, indigenous groups like Batak, Tagbanwa, Palawan, and Taubid engage in rituals that are closely tied to their natural environment and cultural identity. The Batak celebrate the Kahoy Festival, which honors the spirit of the forest and encourages sustainable practices. So, sa Batak po, na sila'y Kahoy Festival nga na i-honor nila ang spirits sa nature or sa forest. So, mo na siya gitawag og Kahoy Festival kasi sa forest na may daghan kahoy. So, mo na ilahang gitawag nga Kahoy Festival para i-offer ang spirit sa ilahang forest. Rituals often involve offerings and dances expresses gratitude for the resources provided by nature. So, the Numagat found in the Sierra Madre mountain range participate in rituals that celebrate their connection to both Luzon and Mindanao culture. Their festivals often revolve around communal gatherings and reinforce social bonds and spiritual belief, with music, dance, shared meals playing central roles in this celebration. So, mag-offer po sila og mga traditional dance, music, and shared meals playing central roles sa ilang celebration. So, mag-salo-salo po sila in their groups. So, overall, the rituals and festivals of indigenous groups across the Philippines serve as vital expression of cultural identity, community cohesion, and spiritual belief. These celebrations not only preserve traditional practices, but also foster a sense of belonging and pride among indigenous peoples, ensuring the continuity of the rich cultural heritage. Additionally, they provide opportunities for intergenerational learning and passing down of knowledge and traditions to younger generations. So, ilahang rituals and festivals, kuan na sila, kanang this plays a vital role in our community, and for this generation also, we also preserve their practices para naman po tayo ma-learn through their practices and their traditions. Indigenous people, they face criticism, and also we should not marginalize them. So, naay mga Republic Act nga gipatupad ang government para maprotektahan ang indigenous groups. So, napod sila yung mga kasing-klasing traditions, naay sila yung mga traditional clothes, kanang rituals, festivals nga kinahanglan i-preserve para ma-pass down po sa mga generations. So, we should not forget that they also live like us. So, that's all. Thank you.